Good evening everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Thursday night and I'm driving the Claydon planting winter wheat. Usually I would include some footage as I jump on the back of the drill to show how everything's going, but things have been really difficult this week and hence I'm actually driving in person, so I'll explain more in a second. So unfortunately James had a slip this week and has fractured his ankle and torn some ligaments as well. And the original plan was for James to be the main drill driver, so obviously that has put pay to that. So in addition, we've had an inch of rain so far this week and we have another inch forecast for tomorrow. So we have managed to get about 11 hectares done with the Sky, but that was after beans, true direct drilling. And the block that I'm in now is also ex-bean land, but we did move it with the Optima, which is part of the reason that we are having a little bit of trouble. So we moved this land and it created a fissure layer, so a difference between the worked land and the unworked underneath. And when we came back with the Sky, the moved layer was sticking to the discs. So I did about 2 hectares of this field and then we had to pull out, so not ideal. But we also had a lot of rain yesterday, so we made the decision to move over to the Claydon, and in actual fact today it's dried beautifully. We could have probably gone with the Sky, but the decision was made to switch over. We are trying to spin on DAP as well prior to drilling, so Will is busy doing that. So really it's all hands to the pump. And the final issue we had was with the Claydon itself. During our pre-drilling checks of all of our equipment, it was identified that one of the wheel bearings was going on the Claydon. So we took the precaution of ordering a new stub axle. Unfortunately, we ran out of time to fit this. The bearings had gone during planting cover crops, so we were a bit short of time. So this morning wasn't lost. We spent it welding it up, but unfortunately I didn't quite get the angles right. So a new stub axle's on its way tomorrow morning, but we're forecast more heavy rain. So hence I am out doing a make-do job with the Claydon and getting some, at least getting something under our belts. We've got a more than an inch forecast, so I think we're staring autumn 2019 squarely in the face again. So we've also been running through our worst case scenario plans. Spinning, we've decided to actively consider spinning crops on, spinning wheat seed on and cultivating it in. So we've been running through that plan with our agronomist today and running through machinery so that we have a backup plan. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, but it's looking quite scary at the moment. There certainly is some trash in this field. It's interesting that even the Claydon seems to be struggling a little bit. Just pockets of it, obviously where the combine blocked and had to reverse up or something like that. So it's not the easiest conditions, but at least we're making some progress now. So I got this set up. The green line shows the tram lines. So I'm not running with my back markers. Both of those are in, and so I'm adjusting my Claydon screen manually. But I've got the green lines to remind me when the tram lines are coming up. As you see, it's good conditions, got very little wheel spin, pootling along at 1500 revs, and this is a 4.8 mounted Claydon. It's our wet weather timed option. I mean, what's really disappointing is that the soil conditions are absolutely beautiful, and you would have hoped that we could have been running flat out. So it's just a bit disappointing. Unfortunate accidents, and these things happen. You've got to have some safety margin. We probably don't. have enough safety margin. But that is agriculture. That's the margins we work on. Everybody at this sort of time of year, everybody has to stand up and do their part, and when you lose someone, you're in trouble. So we have got plans in place. We will see what comes to fruition, but we're working on it. Okay, so here we are. The sheep are in the mustard. I have had a couple of questions: do sheep like mustard? Our experience is definitely yes. Now this, so far, it's continued to rain. We've had over 50 mil in the last sort of 48 hours, and as you can see, it's still raining. Now, in a resilient system, my hope is that the rain hits these leaves, takes longer to work its way through the soil, or longer to get to the soil and then longer to work its way through, and that hopefully it improves my drainage. But I've never seen rain like this. This is phenomenal for this time of year. It's a real challenge. My heart goes out to all farmers. This is going to be a very, very difficult year. So yeah, down the other end of the field, safely in my truck. You can see this field is done very well. Now next door you can see actually there's a strip, and that is where the difference between cultivated and uncultivated. The yellow here, that's uncultivated, whereas up here is cultivated. So the mustard really does benefit, and our waterways from being dry are nearly reached. Don't know if you can make it out there, but in the top here, just there, is the top of the culverts. We're about to hit maximum, but really very little runoff, which is exactly what we're trying to mitigate with this cover crop. The shepherd, these are contracted in, they're not our own sheep, and the shepherd is instructed just to strip the leaves off and leave all the stems. I want to retain as much of the plant as I can. So, and the Americans talk about leaving sort of 60% of the plant and eating 40%. So we'll see how we get on.